Hello everyone. My name is Ekaterina Kardakova. I'm an opera singer, voice and public speaking coach. In this video, I want to talk to you how to gain more confidence if you're a migrant living in another country. I actually wanted to make this video for a long time because I do my online sessions, webinars and trainings, and I see lots of people who come to my trainings who moved to another country for work. And I see that most of these people struggle with confidence. They always say and tell the same story. At home, I was this and that. At home, I had everything. And here, I don't have anything. And people struggle. They lose this confidence, even though you might imagine that they have a job, all the basic needs, are done, they don't need to worry. However, some small details make the life not easy. If you think about why do a person move to another country, we know that this is the decision to make the life better, to have a better job, to create more opportunities, to earn better money, to have a higher standard of life. However, there are some things people often forget. Let's talk about them. My personal observation, I live in Germany. I'm Russian who lives in Germany for over 20 years. I know exactly how it feels to move to another country, to find a job, to study, to finish the study, to find a job, to work, etc., etc., etc. I know all these steps, and I know how difficult it might be to create the life of your dreams because it's so different from what you have imagined when you were in your own country. So the number one thing you should consider when you move to another country is that tourism and migration are two different things. People often move to another country with this association from tourism. For example, I will live in a country where there is lots of sun, and I will have a house at the ocean or at the sea. And then when the person moves and start living the dream, the sun is here, the sea is here, but this person feels so unhappy. And often in the first 6 months, people get a little depressed. They don't even know about this depression, but because these first steps are just apathy. The person loses this inner fire to leave. Why is it so? Because, number one, people, as I said before, change tourism with migration. Number two is that often people move to a completely different civilization, country with completely different mentality and civilization, and the language is just the minimum. As you know, I don't even consider the language as a barrier, because nowadays we have so many apps, translators, AI stuff which can help you with the language. The language is not a problem at all, but to understand how the system and the society of another country works, this is the biggest challenge. Because there are definitely many people, at least in Europe, who speaks English. Many people speak English in Europe. But the European system is so different from another countries that when you move here and you start learn about the system, how the system works, how the people communicate in the society, and you might find out many interesting things. If you like them or not is another question. Next thing is that if you move to Europe, you face lots of bureaucracy. It's just insane. In every European country, we have so much bureaucracy, and it takes so long to collect all these papers. It's just insane. And it takes so much energy. Next thing you should consider is that many people also have the this homesick. Yes, of course, they move to another country to create the life of their dreams. But when they live in another country, they understand how much they love their own country, how much they miss their culture, their traditions, their language, even, even all these stupid things they were complaining when they were living in their own country. They start to, love this old stuff because they miss it, because it's your own identity. And now as a, in the migration process, you are in between. You're in a new country with your own identity, trying to figure out how to communicate. So what you can do to gain the confidence if you lose it, even though if you have a fantastic job and, as I said, all of your basics needs are covered, I want to tell you a story. Imagine you want to have a new tree, and you put a seed into a bad ground, and the seed is growing so slowly. It shows the first leaves, and the first, green is so thin, and it grows so slowly. But if you, for example, have another seed, which might not be so good, but you put it in the right ground, and you see pretty fast all this, how it grows. You will get the green, you will get the first leaves, you will get, the fruits. The most important thing when you move to another country is with whom you surround yourself. And I know that the very many people are pretty unhappy with the first job when they move for a job to another country. Most of the time, the first job is not the ideal one, even though maybe you have luck and your colleagues are fantastic and they're very supportive, and they tell you how to, move in this new system. But it happens rarely. Most of the time, the first job is not the ideal one, so you start looking for the next one to create even better opportunities, and you learn and learn. Just consider that the environment, when you create these new opportunities in the new place, is the most important thing. You will succeed. You will get the best results in the right environment. So invest in your social capital. Invest in your relationships. Invest in new contacts, and really keep and connect to these contacts. I see that many people underestimate the social capital. I call it social capital. Many people think that they can get a loan, that they can do everything by themselves. But you might know that this is not the truth. So invest in these contacts. Go out, meet new people, go for lunch with your colleagues. Tell about your skills. By the way, come to my trainings, pitch your skills, and learn how to do this correctly. Connect to people and really sincere build your real end relationship. When you have your social capital, you will have much better opportunities for everything, for your professional life, for your private life, for everything, because we people get information from other people. Don't underestimate all the connection. Create for yourself the right environment, social environment, to get the better results. And then you will get much faster your confidence back, and you won't get into this depression many migrant people get after about 6 6 months or so, 6 months or 1 month, everyone. This is the steps to understand another identity. Maybe even, yeah, I think that mostly people don't even know that they get depressions. I think that, they don't even notice that they have the apathy, that they don't have this inner fire to live anymore because everything is so complicated, everything is so different. That's why you should invest even more in your social capital. If you have more questions, write in the comments. Come to my trainings, learn how to pitch your skills, learn how to build relationships, learn how to create new environment. And in my sessions, you will always meet new people with whom you can connect and with whom you can create new opportunities. Do this. Thanks a lot for your thumbs up, subscribe, share this video. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.